Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's Neila Montelus, your local realtor. Today I'm going to be giving you guys one frequently asked question that sellers have before listing their home for sale and 3 tips that sellers need before listing their home for sale. Number one frequently asked question is, should I upgrade my home before selling? Now, the short answer is no. Absolutely not. And the reason that that's the short answer is because all the upgrades that you think are upgrades for your home, another buyer may not like those upgrades, may not think that they're sufficient upgrades, or maybe they're too over the top upgrades. So we want to make sure that if you want to upgrade your home, a few things you can do. Let's say, for instance, you have white paint right now. You could put a fresh coat of paint, especially if you have some marks, some scratches on the wall. You can put a fresh coat of white paint. Now, let's say that your house is hot pink or it's like a really dark blue, then you may not want to put a fresh coat because chances are that the buyer that comes in, they're going to repaint anyways. Now, the cases vary, the cases are different, but chances are the buyer may not have the same taste as you, and they may have different tastes. They might have a different vision of what their home looks like. Another thing that you can do is, let's say that you have an older roof and you have the budget to get a brand new roof. Then, of course, cases may vary, but chances are you should upgrade the roof. Now, another thing you want to make sure of is that nothing in the house is broken. So let's say that the kitchen sink has a leak. You do want to fix the leak in the kitchen sink. Let's say that the front door has a dent in it. You do want to fix the front door. Things like that that are really bad. You can go ahead and fix because the buyer is going to look at that, and chances are the realtor is going to be like, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and deduct from the price because of X, Y, and Z, or they're going to ask you to fix it during the sale because they want they want things in the house that are functioning, that are working, right? Because they don't want to go in and have to do it themselves. Okay, that's it. So do not upgrade your house before selling, okay? In a nutshell. Tip number one, make sure that your house is clean before selling it. Make sure that you deep clean your house. And also make sure that you pressure wash. Let's say that you have some sun stains or the sprinkler is hitting this one spot and your walls outside and it becomes yellow. Make sure you pressure wash it because you want to ensure that your home is pretty, that it is attractive, that buyers are not nitpicking, writing down a list of all the things wrong with it or all the things that give them a sore eye. I think it's sore eye. I don't know if that's the saying or the phrase, but anything that makes them go, ooh, what's that? Like, ew, anything like that. You want to make sure that you're amending before they even walk through the door. And of course, as your agent, I will help you with things like that too before you list. You want to ensure that your landscaping, your curb appeal is nice. So make sure that the lawn is mowed, that if you have flowers, that they're not dead, right? If they are dead, maybe revitalize them. The bushes, make sure that the bushes are cut neatly, that they're nice, that they're alive. Curb appeal is very important because that's the first thing that stands out to you when you see a home is the lawn, the outside of the home. That's the first thing that stands out. So you want to make sure that it's a wow effect when the buyers do see that. Another thing in regards to that same point is to declutter. So let's say that you have a lot of things in the home that you don't really need. Okay, for a great example is you have 2 dining room tables. And that may be great because you have a big family. But if it takes away a lot of walking space and it looks like there's just a lot going on, you might want to take away one of the dining room tables until your home is sold. So you can put that in storage, give it to your cousin, your mom, your aunt, your grandma, whoever that can store it for you until your home is sold. If you have many entryway tables, if you have just anything extra that you don't really need while you're in the process of selling your home, you want to get rid of them because you want the home to feel spacious, to feel like to feel spacious and to feel like there's lots of air, right? Because when you're in a house that's cluttered, you kind of feel like you can't breathe because you're suffocating because there's a lot going on. So you want to make sure that you declutter and that the buyer does not feel the effects of that and they feel like they can fit their furniture in there. And there's space to walk around the house, right? Simply because that's pretty important to be able to walk around your house. Tip number 3, right before you list your home, you want to ensure that you put away personal items. Any personal items, any photos of yourself, your family, your friends. I like the sale of the home to be as objective as possible. And so that the buyer can just focus on the house itself and everything about the house and not kind of think of you as a homeowner. I feel like that's really important to make it objective and not subjective, not have you all over the house and your sentimental things around the house. You want to eliminate all of that and just make it very objective. Also, that includes any high value items that you have. You want to put those away too. Let's say that you have expensive jewelry or that you have a really nice vase out on the corner on a end table or anything glass. You want to put all those away because you will have lots of people walking through your house and you don't want them to trip over or accidentally knock something down because that would just be really unfortunate. You don't want that to happen. So you want to make sure that you have all those things put away safely in a safe or in a closet somewhere behind a lock and key, and make sure that those are not in the way. And another sub point to that is before your home gets toured, this is when it's on the market. Before it gets toured, you also want to make sure that you put away your personal items. And by that, I mean your delicates, your dirty laundry, right? Your toothbrush, things like that, your towel. You want to put those all away, make sure that they're not in view. And just so that you have peace of mind, and also the person that's buying the home kind of doesn't have to be subjected to seeing your personal things like that. And you also want to make sure that your bed is made. Um, just make your house nice and presentable. So I will go over the 3 tips again. Tip number 1 is to make sure that your house is clean, pressure wash if necessary, work on the landscaping, work on curb appeal, declutter. Number 2 is to put away personal items and personal items like photos, like things that are important to you. And then 3 is to also put away delicate items that you don't want the buyer to see, or really that you wouldn't want anyone that's not personal to you to see. You want to put all of those away. And the frequently asked question that we went over is, should you upgrade your home before selling? And the answer in a nutshell was no. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video.